True peace, kids. Electric vehicles expected to triple in 4 years as decline in battery costs boost adoption. Peep the slang, man. The number of electric vehicles models available to consumers is expected to more than triple in the next 3 years, from roughly 40 to 127 in the United States. As battery prices fall, charging infrastructure spreads, and adoption rises, according to Dan Bowister, Senior Program Manager for Electric Transportation at the Electric Power Research Institute. It takes almost 2 decades for the U.S. auto fleet to turn over. So this is not like an iPhone adoption, Master said December the 7th at a virtual seminar hosted by the U.S. Department of Energy and EPRI. There are now 187 counties in 33 states where energy vehicles represent more than 1.9% of new vehicle sales, he said. Key to speeding adoptions is the declining cost of batteries. Doe official at the event said their research and investment is targeting 80 kilowatt hour by 230 for a vehicle battery pack, but experts say more rapid declines may be possible. Battery costs represent a major factor in how electric vehicles stack up against internal combustion engines, ICE. While prices are falling rapidly, experts disagree on just how far they must decline before electric vehicles reach price parity. One of Doe's prime missions is developing battery technology. Michael Barub, Doe's acting deputy assistant secretary for transportation, said at the electric vehicle seminar. The agency is focused on the critical materials needed to manufacture batteries, including the processes, capabilities, and supply chains necessary to bring them to market. Battery costs have been coming down dramatically, Barub said. But he added, we are not yet at the point where battery costs allow you to have an EV to be at cost parity with an ICE engine across the board. But the other electric vehicle says emissions-free vehicles are already cost competitive with their ICE counterparts. EPRI estimates that the current cost per kilowatt hour for electric vehicle batteries is between 120 kilowatt hours and 200 kilowatt hours at the battery pack level, which includes an integrated battery management system and thermal management. According to Haraj Kamath, Senior Program Manager of Energy Storage at EPRI, the range is broad as different manufacturers are at different levels of maturity with their products and production processes. Those goal for battery pack costs of $80 kilowatt per hour by 2030 is a reasonable goal, Kamath said in the email. The PRI estimates that an optimistic figure would be approximately $55 per kilowatt per hour, and a conservative figure would be closer to $100 kilowatt per hour, he said. But Kamath also said that battery electric vehicles with 40 kilowatt hours packs, which amounts to about 160-mile range, are already at initial cost parity with ICE vehicles today and have a far smaller lifetime cost of ownership when including maintenance, fueling, etc. At $80 kilowatt per hour, vehicles with 60 kilowatt per hour packs will achieve initial cost parity with ICE vehicles, EPRI estimates. According to the Electrification Coalition, battery costs now are around 150 kilowatt hour, and Doe's goal is very reasonable given the trajectory we have seen and are predicted to see over the next few years, says Sue Gander, the group's managing director of EV policies. It corresponds well to the price parity point that many experts put around 100 kilowatt per hour, Gander said in an email. The most recent predictions for reaching that are as soon as 2024, with some predicting as early as 2023. Getting prices to $80 per watt hour by 2030 will be another stretch, but keeping up with the trends and make EVs even more competitive on a first cost basis. Many models already achieve saving on a total cost of ownership basis, given lower operation and maintenance costs, said Gander. According to Brattle Principal Sanam Surgency, battery costs will decline to about $65 kilowatt per hour in 2030, and electric vehicles will reach parity with ICE vehicles around 2025, with average manufacturing costs of each around $23,000 to $25,000. Decline in battery costs are the most important story when you think about EVs, said Joel Levin, executive director of Plug-in America. He said costs have fallen from 1,130 83, kilowatt in 2010 to 135 kilowatt per hour in 2020, dropping about 15% annually as batteries were manufactured to be smaller, more powerful, and dense. And Levin points out that even after EVs have hit price parity with ICE vehicles, prices will continue to drop. As prices decline further, issues of range anxiety will disappear and electric vehicles will be able to go farther than gas-powered vehicles, said Levin. And then the world starts to get interesting. By 2026, it should be significantly cheaper to build an energy vehicle, electric vehicle, than a gas car, he said. Okay.